excites me about this game, in Control, is the fact that it's a big map. And based off of the static defenses that we kind of saw come out of Jaedong there, and I believe that was game number 4. The game before. This is kind of that map for it. We see it as it goes out. You take your side of the map. We talked a little bit about this yesterday, the defenses that need to go up here, and then starting to move it forward. But additionally, how MC started to transition to it, which was then the carriers, like all of this seems to just fall in line with what this map could potentially offer us overall in what could be a very exciting final match or could take us to game number 7 if MC wins it. Either way, we're in for a treat.
You know what the bitch of it is, too, is there was a couple-week period of time where Protoss were learning to transition to that carrier army, and Zergs didn't really know how to handle it. And we were enjoying that success. We were like, well, the skill of it is if you can safely eliminate the sentries, the immortals, the zealots from your army and stick to like 2 to 3 Colossus and then Templar Archon for your Vortex, but then have like 9 or 10 carriers, you had the ultimate army. It was unbeatable. But then Zergs learned you can fungal the interceptors. You sack the corruptors on a big bank and you handle them that way, basically. The fungling the interceptors is the big deal. So it really comes back to this. Well, Protoss were frustrated for a long time. It goes back to the mothership. You need to land this Vortex. You need to get the Archons in that Vortex. And you need to storm and feed back the Infestors so that they don't stop you from doing that. And if in that chaos you can continue to use your carriers, that's where you find success. MC tried to do that, but was denied by Jaedong's mechanics. He was not able to get in the Vortex. It was wasted. He lost the mothership, so detection wasn't an issue. And his carriers, quote-unquote, won the fight, but Jaedong traded better and was able to come back and win the game from there.
Since Pylon didn't go down, Nexus dropped here in just a moment. Forge finishing up. Pool about ready to complete as well. Probe will be hunted down eventually. No third base attempt quite yet. There's the Nexus.
Yeah, Jaedong was able to get down that hatchery at the time that he wanted to, so it's just a pair of Zerglings coming out, as you had pointed out. Those guys will be targeted with the job of making sure a cannon rush doesn't occur at the natural or third, looking for the probe on the towers, and scouting out the front of the Protoss base, because as of yet, with this Overlord just now reaching there, he hadn't known if it was going to be a Forge Fast expand or the Gateway expand, which, by the way, we haven't seen a single time this tournament. So that's the kind of stuff that those guys are charged with. If they don't know where the probe is or the probe blocks with the pylon, that's when you see like 4 or 6 Zerglings coming out. But Jaedong, at minute 4 here, is doing everything exactly the way he'd want it to.
Meanwhile, 2 gases for MC inside the main.
Sorry. I just threw a pen at you.
It's okay. It didn't hurt.
Okay.
There's the third base going down. Zergling checking for any cannon denies.
And this map is ripe for pylon, proxy pylon. So not cannon rushes per se, but like I'm overlooking your future 4th base, I'm warping in zealots on you.
Right.
Or I'm overlooking your 3rd base, as you just showed on the camera there, I'm warping in zealots on you. So Jaedong is super active about getting Zerglings around there, and that's part of what makes him so special. But you Zergs at home need to emulate that, because otherwise us Protoss players are going to make you very upset with those kind of tactics.
Now, thinking about what we could potentially see here very early in that game. Well, I mean, I guess talking about MC keeping his pace, right? He plays either his pace or he plays the pace dictated by the enemy, for example. When when he got hit really hard with all those Zerglings, but still managed to come back and kind of snowball his army. Jaedong, on the other hand, I feel like we've seen that super accelerated style of tech, and then we've also seen very standard styles of tech.
Yeah.
So, we'll get to that point right around, I think, 8-9 minutes where we're going to start to see which way he's going to go. But I love the fact that you can't really predict. He's going to keep you guessing. And, for MC, it's fantastic to sit here and watch him just deal with that. And then eventually, whether that mean win or lose, I think the game where he dealt with all that Zergling aggression, like we meant, lost all those units, but still, it didn't really fault him. I mean, how many players, even not on a pro level, are just like, I don't know. And that's what it takes to be the best of the best in this game.
And
be able to handle that kind of stuff.
What a treat, too, because one of the things that makes StarCraft so special is that this is one of the unique games where a lot of people like to play it, don't get me wrong, but almost as many, if not more, enjoy watching it because of the skill it takes to execute strategy on that level and to defend and to think on that level, to be that fast. Not just with your hands, with your mind, and with their commitment as well. It's a spectacle. So
that's why I love to watch it.
Absolutely.
I mean, frankly, anyone who just doesn't get excited and go, God, you know what, I wish I could play like that, you know? No different than a sports athlete where I'm like, God, I wish I could shoot a basketball like Michael Jordan, you know? It is exactly the same way. And a huge level of appreciation. I think that's why fans do really enjoy it to that level, because they can appreciate it and how difficult it actually is.
And these guys are putting that on a showcase right now. So there is that pylon overlooking the fourth. And right now, that's not a big deal. There's no strategy being worked around that.
Right.
That pylon's not like, oh, God, I got that pylon down. Well, now it's a 9-gate, 3-base attack. No, it's not like that. It's for the future, to spot when the fourth goes down and to potentially cancel it out. That's why the probe separates itself from it, too. But you do see a slight gateway push out, and with the stalkers off the creep, speed has not kicked in yet for the Zerglings.
Well, there's that warp
attack.
He did actually end up using it.
This one makes more sense, though. He's got a pylon nearby, so if it goes well, he can reinforce it. Otherwise, it was kind of silly.
There's enough roaches out here, though. This is going to get dealt with.
It really will.
Trying to save the queen, and I don't think MC realizes.
Another pylon over there.
Yeah, they're
but too much stuff.
Exactly.
I think you're right, Wheat. And I'll tell you what, if there's a scouting report being formulated somewhere out there, let me do some verbiage for you. Do not gateway timing Jaedong. He's just always ready for it.
Which is, again, quite impressive. I cannot see another warp in beyond this. It would just seem silly at this point. Even microing back those weak roaches and keeping most of those alive, willing to sacrifice those Zerglings. Bring a little bit over, putting down the macro hatch. He knows that the pylons are there, so going to be getting down on that. There he sees Probe takes care of that first. Now, I assume he's got to know about this one as well.
You know what? That second pylon actually acts as kind of a cover. Maybe Jaedong checks on that because he's just that good. But otherwise, I think he goes, oh, that's where all the warp-ins came from.
Yeah, that's true. And there's another warp-in of Stalkers.
Yeah, it's going to be a blink attack. It's a 2-base blink all in.
And blink done.
He's piling himself in. He lost the probe that's out here, so it's down to this one pylon. Jaedong is making 13 roaches. Roach speed's going to finish. He's going to have burrow. That's key. He's in place to block this. The only problem I have is he's going out onto the map. If he's off creep, caught by those blink stalkers, he could suffer a lot of loss.
And he's got to still be careful here. Obviously, a few Zerglings would help out tremendously. Burrow's going to be finishing up right here. Are we going to see Blink versus Burrow? Well, we see it right there. And they heal up.
Beautiful choice.
9 more roaches coming out. Yeah, you know your opponent does not have that observer out at this point.
And from this moment forward, he knows what he's facing. But that's a lot of stalkers. And when they blink back, they remain in play, and they can whittle down the force with Burrow or without.
He's going to just try to move forward. Force fields did come out.
Love
Burrow
that.
yet
Love
again.
that. Low sentry count.
Oh, love
Burrow
this.
down.
Love this. You're going to burrow me? Cool. Forward cannon. Again, a decision that this is obviously not something that MC deals with on a regular basis, I'm sure. But he can adapt accordingly.
Yeah,
and I think there has to be more Zerglings here to make this
MC's about
work.
to get smashed. He really is. He's about to get absolutely smashed. This just, well, the force fields are beautiful there. Cannon gets sniped. He needed a background one. Sentries are going to go down. Burrow instantly. Jaedong can play the waiting game. He has something at the third base. He knows this is a 2-base all-in.
Put down some spines just in case as well. But 9 roaches, 4 Zerglings.
Supply keeps growing for Jaedong. It does not keep growing for MC.
Yeah. Here we go. More Zerglings coming in. Sentries are about to fall.
Oh, that stalker count is super high, man.
Stalkers,
that stalker count. I'll tell you what. And there's an observer coming out. I didn't see him build the robo, but there it is.
And this is interesting.
Oh, he had it from the beginning. Never mind.
He did? It just wasn't.
Yeah, I think so.
What?
The robo.
The robo.
Maybe not, though. He would have had an observer there if he had it from the beginning. I don't know. He's looking to bust the front wall, too. Let stalkers come out. That's all it takes. That's a lot of stalkers up there. I'm actually growing concern for Jaedong. He's going to push forward now.
There he goes again. Another warp in. Look at that blink. Keeping all those very, very weak stalkers very much alive. The concave starting to increase here for Jaedong. The blink very effective here.
Needs to get the pylon before the warp in.
Is he going to get it? He does. One Zealot manages to stay alive. Queen even comes out. And there's the observer. And he has to lift. He has to unburrow and fight.
Party
But
time.
the count did go down
Yeah.
significantly. That was a really scary Stalker count right there.
It was. And now with the Observer, the gameplay has changed.
Yeah.
Burrow won't save you, but on the flip side, the roach count's getting high, and they're starting to kill these Stalkers. Yeah, it looks like Jaedong's going to hold it. We might have a champion here.
We might have a champion here for the Kingston HyperX 10-year anniversary tournament. Jaedong, it is his birthday. It's not quite done yet. There's still going to be another warp-in of Stalkers, but 12 additional roaches are on their way. Burrow's not really going to work that well with that Observer out, but he does pull back, waits for the next reinforcement. 2 more Stalkers are coming in. Nothing was really done here at the front. He does have the Stalkers now coming that he did have to warp in because he needs every single unit that he could possibly use here. There's the 1 Spinecrawler down here and another one here that will hit if it gets too close.
Yeah,
And
I think that hatchery was canceled and now being rebuilt. It's interesting. I could have sworn I saw him build that a while ago.
Yeah, I think that's accurate.
Spinecrawler will go
Now,
down.
he brought those Lings. I'm not sure if he wanted to attempt some sort of a counterattack, but what he could end up doing here is getting a flank. And look at the vision of MC. Oh, he's going to see both sides.
He's going to muscle himself in there. He's going to muscle himself in there, and you can see Stalkers are trying to blink back. Even with MC's micro, some are still dying. There's still a lot here. Stalker counts remaining kind of high, but I just think there's just too much stuff here. Zergling's adding their damage.
Coming in, that could seal the deal right here.
And that's going to be it. That's it. The all-in is held.
And GG.
Jaedong